Look at the camera, or that one, or that one.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT. Tarot for today, Divine Dabblings with
Drunk Wino. Oberon.
and me, Banshee. He would never be a wino.
Mr. Wino.
And Bly.
And Bly.
I'm sorry, Bly. Don't mean to grab you like that. Sonny was kind of hanging out, so...
He's gone. He may be back.
He'll be back.
Hi, Sally. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Sally. Good to see you on a happy hour morning. Yay. All right.
So, yes, we
Well,
are
we're
tired. We
pooped
did
out.
have a little wine yesterday. It was our birthday anniversary celebration, my birthday and our anniversary. So we are a little tired this morning.
Well, the other part of this is that he's not saying, and I didn't talk to him about it yet, is that when we went out to eat with our friend after we went to King Tut exhibit, I had coffee. And it was like late afternoon, which is probably too late for me to have coffee. So I didn't sleep well last night. Hey, Libra.
And I always sleep like the dead. And I drink coffee too. And of course, I had more coffee yesterday than I had probably all of the 2 previous weeks. Because I really don't drink coffee every day. I haven't had coffee this morning even. So ever since COVID, I just don't have as much of a taste or desire for drinking coffee all the time.
So we showered each other with gifts yesterday for our birthday anniversary. And I got a nice thing out of it. And for those that didn't watch our birthday anniversary video, I just want to say again how proud we are of our granddaughter. We got the great news yesterday that she passed her PSATs with flying colors. The word is she crushed it. And she got a letter soon after from a university, which I think is tied into these results.
Her college thing.
Yeah, major university. So who's interested in her. So we are very proud of her. But also, that shows how old we're getting.
Yeah, she's college age nearly.
Hi, Lena.
Hi.
So, yeah. Well, I mean, she's still got a couple years, I think, right? Well, no, she's a junior now. I guess they take the PS.
Right, she'll be a senior next year.
Yeah, she'll be a senior next year in high school. So, because I think they take those tests as juniors. Well, anyway, this is the back of the deck I am using today for our opening card for the collective. And it is a deck Mr. O bought me yesterday called Joyful Inspirations.
Hi, Angel.
Hey, Angel Rivera. Good to see you. So we're going to use that as our beginning. I have to say, after looking at this deck, I think it would be the perfect deck for a child. It's very playful, very joyful. It makes itself nice for happy hour. So we'll use it and see. It's very whimsical. All right. I'm going to have Mr.
As soon as I saw it where I bought it at, I just immediately said, this would probably be neat for happy hour.
Which is funny because a little deck that I got him of kind of affirmations or things you can do to explore your shadow side, I bought him. So he bought something for a happy hour sort of with me in mind, and I bought something for his Goth Tarot. And we did not plan that out. We did not, like, commune with each other first. Yeah, it's like that. Anyway.
Yes, here is the Sun Man.
All right, I'm going to cut and let Mr. O pick one at random. Mr. O, of course, they are read upright. There's a little saying on them, too.
Help me out, Sonny. Put him over here.
Sonny, pick a card.
Which one?
He's sniffing at those 2. See, he's rubbing against those 2. Take your pick of them. Okay.
See.
It's kind of springy or summery. It's Daffodil Elf.
Yes, we did, Sally. Thank you.
Daffodil Elf. The elves will help guide you. Just ask for their help. Smiles shine out at you just like the golden sun beaming on you as a new day dawns, teasing you with sweet opportunities. Why hesitate when adventure offers itself? It may be a new friend or fun experience waiting for you. The elves will guide you. Just ask for their help. You know, let's just say Spirit will guide you as well. Just ask for Spirit's help.
You know, it does seem like it would be a nice deck for children. And it reminds me of when the nearly senior granddaughter was much younger and
Yeah.
she was in a phase where she wanted to know more about fairies and elves. And so I actually took her to a couple of nearby parks that have some really nice trees and wooded areas. And we kind of did like little meditation things there. I asked for permission from my son and his wife, and it was kind of like, please do that with her. So yeah, we used to do that. I did that with him too when he was younger. Gave him guided meditations.
So that's what we have for the collective today.
All right.
And we're going to move on to our readings with the Light Seers Tarot. We both got tarot decks yesterday. You'll be seeing them, I'm sure, soon. And of course, we'll end the show with a Namaste blessing. So,
Who's up?
I believe it's Sonali. Let's double check that, though. Yep, Sonali.
Thank you. All right.
All right. Well, I guess we can't party like we used to, Mr. O.
No, we can't. Was there any question?
This tiny little bit of wine and like we're exhausted today?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely planning something with that one, Violet. I'm probably gonna do a video that does a comparison between the old one and the new one, and maybe a couple readings or something like that.
Because of course the author, or the creator I should say, had to make some changes, or decided to make some changes they felt enhanced it. So there are differences, but you know, the flavor is still the same.
It's a beautiful deck. I really like it. No, it's not going to be about criticizing either of them or making points with either of them. It's really just going to
showing
be
the differences.
A comparison, and maybe talking about my own experience, because I wore the heck out of the original one. That was my main reading deck, and that was my heyday of reading for lots of parties and lots of friends when I was student age in the university and stuff.
Oh my.
And I actually have a paper that's archived in the university about tarot cards that I wrote. When was that? That was probably around 79. I don't remember for sure. 78 or 79.
Good morning, Mama T. Good to see you.
Oh, hi, Mama T. Good morning.
Right. And Mr. O bought me clothing. I'm just shocked. I got this nice little
Yeah,
thing.
I don't normally buy clothing for you.
No. It's very nice.
Do you need a pillow?
I'm okay. I'm having, my back problems are better. I actually made it around the event with the help of a cane. It worked well. I was standing up straight yesterday, but I'm just a little off today, probably from we didn't do a lot of walking, but it was enough walking to kind of get to me. All right, well, this is our happy hour occasional.
It's for Sonali, right?
Yes, Sonali, it's
Four
the
of Pentacles. All right.
You know, Spirit is saying sometimes it's okay to hold on to what you have and to also feel good about what you have. Sometimes we look at the world around us and we see a lot of want and a lot of need. And you know, yes, it's funny on Happy Hour I'm talking about not being generous, but I'm just saying sometimes you have to hold on to things, you know, and it's all right to do that. Spirit is saying, so if there are things right now, you know, that maybe somebody might be even pressuring you to, you know, let go or to do something or to volunteer, sometimes you've got to hold fast and hold back for your own peace of mind and sanity.
You know, I think this is
I don't know why I felt that.
A perfect illustration of Spirit saying that either you should be, or you are, or you're moving towards building for the future. That Spirit says, and of course, so this means it's not necessarily financial, although the card indicates kind of financial things. But what you're building for the future, Sonali, could be your spiritual growth, or it could be your emotional growth, your family growth, your career growth. So Spirit is just saying in all ways, I think, all those ways, you are moving towards really investing in your future.
I like it.
All right. And
should I stand up and model it? Mr. O
Yes.
thinks I should have modeled it.
Oh,
I'm trying to stand up straight. I
Oops,
can,
wrong one.
actually, for a few minutes.
I like the colors.
I do too. I do too. And it kind of matches the shirt's color scheme too quite a bit. So it works for me.
I got most of her gifts at one place. I went to a local metaphysical store, couple communities away from us here.
Called Earth Lore.
Earth Lore, and we have a minor history with Earth Lore for years as both patrons of the store, but also we were in a couple community groups that got Earth Lore to sponsor some of the events we used to do with an old group called Focus.
Right. So, Sonali, I like what he said. Of course, he's getting a message from Spirit for you, and so am I. And I just feel here, this, for some reason, this idea of just holding tight right now. Spirit is just saying, sometimes it's just in your best interest to do that. And also, it's showing too, Spirit is saying, value what you have. Value what you have right now.
All right.
That's what we have for you, Sonali.
I
Good
do
luck with
plan
that.
on using that tarot in the live streams. Like any of them, it'll rotate in and out. So I'm not sure when I'm first going to use it. I think I would like to maybe do the comparison video first, which I hope to get through by the end of the year in the holiday season.
We've got a bit of filming this week, but
Yeah.
our modality is coming, by the way.
Right,
so.
and we have to start working on some of the holiday things we're going to do, I think. But it's definitely on the plan, and I will be using it. I'm also going to be tweaking, I think, some of the other things I do on other platforms. And maybe Banshee will be collaborating with me more on some of those.
Ramandeep is up.
All right.
Single card.
Hi, Ramandeep.
Hey, Ramandeep.
Oh, we'll see it enough. Don't worry. I always love that deck. I hated having to not use it so much because, I used it like I said for years, but somewhere eventually, maybe it was in the 80s or 90s, I stopped using it because it was so old and brittle getting there. So I brought it out of mothballs when we started up TFT a little bit. I would only refer to it once in a while because it's just really very old. It has so much of my energy in it too.
Well, sorry to hear that, Libra. Jeez, I wonder what that's all about. It's mystifying.
Oh boy.
All right, for
That is serious,
Ramandeep,
eh?
we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is here. That's such an awesome card. You want to go first?
Well, I think, Ramandeep, that Spirit says there's a really good chance that not only are you leading or taking an initiative in certain ways, but it also is inspiring to others. And what it is doing also, too, is magnifying your charisma, your personality aspects, so that other people really see this dynamic in you, Ramandeep. The idea that you can be a capable leader if you want, that you are enjoying the energy of the environment around you, and that you have a magnetic way of appealing to people's senses, and people will feel friendly about you. Spirit feels that this can be a strong force for you to work with and to move towards. Who's here?
It's
here.
Sunny. Of course. Who's here? You have to ask. It's Bly. Bly waddled over. I'm just kidding.
Right.
All right. Well, the Knight of Wands. Geez, Ramandeep, it just seems as though you're moving towards something. It may not feel that way right now, but Spirit is saying, you are moving towards something. It could be a new job opportunity. It could be some new creative goal or project, something very important to you. It could be a relationship. I won't rule that out.
Oh, that's interesting.
But
yeah.
I feel here that something is moving. It's going to be you. You are moving towards it. This is a knight. The knight is on the move. So I feel very much that it will be, if you don't feel it now, you should be feeling soon that you are moving towards doing something.
Right. You're gravitating, you're charging towards something, and like Banshee says, it could be a relationship. It's definitely people oriented in certain ways, so it may be a goal that you are, like I said before, leading the charge on or inspiring others So I think Spirit is really saying this is for you to, kind of take charge here.
Take charge. And it's also saying, that right now, you should be, right now, try to be more optimistic, be more motivated, and things will start to happen. You'll just start gravitating towards the things you need to do and accomplish or want to attract in your life. And that's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Raman Deep.
And I'm sorry to hear that, Libra. That sounds, like a definite annoyance to have to deal with daily. I hope you can get some results that are better than that when you find out, more.
Oh, nasal cavity. I hadn't even thought of that. That's interesting.
Yeah. Finish my tea. Almost.
All right. Okay, so we are on Pragati. Good morning, Pragati. Well, it's morning here. So I'll just say good day, Pragati.
Hello there. Your fur is flying all over the place. It's starting to irritate my nasal cavities.
Here you go. Come here, Sonny. Come here. Come on. Aw. Here. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Some bacterial type infections are hard to get rid of. I think we have a friend, he's actually the co-owner of Arts and Crafts, the metaphysical store on the other side of the state we go to occasionally. And he had a bad accident and he was incapacitated for a while, and some infection got into, oh wait, you know what, I'm actually confusing it with somebody else, but I do know somebody else who had a bad accident and had an infection in their knee from that, and it took a heck of a long time to clear out, and it was painful and other, bad things. Whoops, there you go.
Well, the smell thing
no kidding.
often is due to, the lingering COVID thing, but, the idea of having that taste, I don't know if that's associated with long COVID. We have a friend right now who's going through getting some therapy or whatever for long COVID symptoms, which is unfortunate. As a matter of fact, she could not join us for dinner last night because she was getting some treatment or getting checked.
Turn the card over.
I am.
It took you forever.
Well, here.
Okay, so this is for Pragati, and it is, of course, the Three of Swords, and, we're the people that are going to make it, be a happy card. Spirit is saying, really, that sometimes you do have to play a little bit of tough love maybe on somebody, especially if, you sense that there is a game or that they are toying with your own emotions or the emotions of people close to you. Spirit may be saying, this is the time for you to consider for yourself that some separations may feel painful, but they may help you find the way to heal or give you the space to heal. And that, most things that have been broken or sundered, such as a heart, can repair themselves, but they do need time. Spirit says, give yourself that time as well.
Pragati, sometimes Spirit wants you to understand that, you need to feel the pain sometimes in order to let it go. If you don't, if you try to hold back, hold it in, be tough or whatever the case may be, try to ignore it, it's not healthy. And so Spirit wants you to resolve anything that you've been holding inside and let it out so you can let it go. And Spirit is with you 100% of that journey. I've been there at one point too in a similar situation, which is what I'm trying to describe. And the release you feel after you let it out, and let it go, will bring such peace and tranquility back. So Spirit is thinking you're holding on to something, whether it's something from further in the past or whether it's something in the present. Uh-oh, we've got a cat fight. I must go. Excuse me a minute.
And I was just going to say, Kara, when did you sneak in? Must have been just recently.
Okay, Kara.
I think they ran upstairs.
No.
Oh, they're both down
He's
here?
ran that way with shadow hair in his mouth. He ate it.
Oh.
So if you get sick, you deserve it. I'm sorry. He got some fur. He pulled some fur off of Shadow.
Well, now we know why he wouldn't settle.
I think he's been acting really macho and kind of upset because of the food situation. So.
Yeah.
All right, but let's move on. I'm sorry for the interruption, Pragati, in this important reading. So I just feel here that, once you do that, once you release whatever it is, Spirit is saying, things will be so much better. That's what I have for you.
Okay, thanks, Brigatti.
Hey, Asel.
Hi, Estelle.
Oh, my goodness. Poor Shadow.
She was just before that trying to get under here, and she might have jumped up here. I don't know. She's a little skittish sometimes.
And he gets a little territorial, to say the least.
He doesn't want any other cat finding their twin flame from TFT.
I guess that's true. He wants to be the one and only therapy cat. I think he needs a little therapy sometimes.
I see you down there, Sonny. Don't worry, the evil shadow has left.
Oh yeah, he's spayed.
They all are, but he is really kind of aggressive.
We often wondered, because sometimes they say that some of the males, when they spay them, their
drive or instinct is there.
It's still there, something, and we're pretty sure we were on schedule with it, unless they were older than we were let on when we got them as kittens. Were you supposed to shuffle first?
You're supposed to cut now. I already shuffled.
Okay.
Semantics to me, I get it. Spayed, neutered.
So.
We never not do that with our cats these days. When we were a lot younger, we had a few that didn't get neutered.
Right away.
But
we did end up neutering them.
Okay, Estelle, we have the Six of Cups. Speaking of pets, there's dogs. And I don't know if you have a pet.
Well, that's funny.
But the Six of Cups says, Spirit wants you to enjoy the tapestry of your life, or to understand the tapestry of your life. And that the thing is that there is a continual thread moving through your life. It may involve many people who were there at one point. They may still be here now, or they may have come and gone, or may no longer be able to come back. It could include loved parents, grandparents, pets, siblings. But Spirit says this is a gift to you, to hold them in your heart and to remember this.
I'm sorry. Sonny was looking so adorable there for a moment.
Okay.
I'm just kind of like, you little bum. He was rubbing up against that tree branch on his scratcher.
I thought I was saying something wrong about the card.
No, and I was just watching him. He was so adorable, just after being a mean one. Well, you know what, Asel, it's really funny because this is about, we just talked about some sorrows holding on to. This is holding on to happy memories. And Spirit wants you to remember the good times. Remember, even go back to your childhood days, to days that made you feel great joy. Spirit is saying, right now, to bring a little happiness into your life, the best thing you can do is take a take a journey back into your past and think about all the good times you've had, whether it's family, whether it's with friends, whether it's, at school, whether it's at work, whatever the case may be. Look at those times fondly and draw that joy from it, because that joy will inspire you to create more joy moving forward. I really love this card for the Six of Cups. It's so beautiful, and it shows just the fact how, we may grow old, but we never lose touch with who we were. And, the joys we've encountered along the way. And the pains, but this is about the joy. So, good luck with that, Estelle.
Very nice. And yes, Cara, his peanuts are long gone.
Yes.
But you wouldn't know it, I guess. And he's so big. He continued to grow. I mean, he was really once a little tinier cat. And he may be a little chunky, a little overweight, but he's not very overweight in the way that Sassy is.
Right.
He's just incredibly long. I looked at him yesterday and I said, just the length of his body without the tail is probably 18, 20 inches. I don't think he's a full 2 feet long, the body, but I'm like, boy, he's such a big cat. He's big. He would probably do well outdoors. But we would never let him be an outdoor cat.
No.
We don't do that. We don't like them being outdoor cats.
And he's just watching us from the cat tree now.
Yes. Who are we on?
Of course, it is Sally. Sally is
Hey,
up.
Sally.
Good morning, Sally.
I like some of your comments in the chat room. Thank you. Appreciate your fond wishes and thoughts for us. So earlier this week I did a meditation for the goddess Hecate, and it has at least 37 views. So I'm really happy that
That's awesome.
A number of people have viewed it, liked it. Thank you.
Stay tuned. Maybe next week. I can't guarantee. Oh, we need to make announcements, don't we?
Yes, we do. We'll do it right after this reading.
No, we're doing it right now. We are not going to be available for happy hour on Saturday next week because we're doing a live show once more.
You're talking about arts and crafts?
Yes. So I meant that. I'm sorry, live show. We will be appearing live.
We're going in person to a psychic fair for Small Business Saturday.
Yes.
Over in Hart, Michigan, which is about 2.5 hours from us here.
Which probably got dumped with about a foot of snow this
so we're hoping that by next
Saturday
Saturday they won't have this much snow.
It's going to be in the 40s, so I'm hoping for the best. But anyway, and Thanksgiving Thursday night, we may actually be taking that night off.
Yeah, we think we're taking it off.
We haven't decided yet completely. We're duking it out on that, but it's likely we'll probably take it off. So
we actually got an invitation to Thanksgiving.
Well, I'm not taking one. I'm not.
Okay.
You can go.
I don't know that I will.
All right.
Humbug. Is it too early for that? I don't know.
I'm sorry, I'm not. But
okay, Sally, no humbug for you.
No humbug for you here.
You have the 7 of Wands.
Holy moly.
Holy moly.
Look at that. So there you are, protected, secure, rising above the things in everyday life that try to bring us down. Spirit is saying, be in this space. Don't let the things of everyday life, affect your spirit. Stay on top of it all. That's the place you need to be. And that's the place you are, according to Spirit. It looks really positive to me, Mr. O.
There's an abstract beauty about the person sitting above the challenges below. And in most decks, usually the person that's above also holds a wand, and so there's only 6 below. But this one kind of flips that a little bit. She doesn't need a wand. Like I said, she's in an abstract, peaceful moment. She's not even aware that there may be challenges to her. Spirit is saying this can be you. You can float above a lot of earthly concerns it's not saying like you're going to forget to pay your bills or anything like that, Sally, but the thing is that what is strifeful or concerning or irritating or fighting, Spirit says just float above it, just float on.
I love that card. And I just love the idea here, too, that, nothing, it just seems like, and this is the whole goal, Spirit says, visualize, set some boundaries, visualize a bubble around yourself, protecting you from these everyday woes, Oftentimes in the shower, I do the opposite. I'm letting go of a lot of stuff and draining it down the drain. But maybe after you come out of, say, a bath or a shower and you're fresh and everything, imagine now that you have a protective bubble around yourself, just keeping all of this stuff at bay.
Thanks, guys. I hope all of you have a good Thanksgiving, too. And I just wanted to say one more thing, Sally, too, that I really think that, this visualization thing is about the fact that maybe you don't really have enemies because you don't perceive enemies. That's really, there's a lot of perception here. And it wasn't necessarily about enemies, but let's just say obstacles. You don't have challenges because you don't really perceive them. And, in our real life, we all do have challenges, but this is saying Spirit sees within you the opportunity to transcend. That it's about transcendence. I shuffled. Didn't I? I think I did.
I'm not sure. Libra, you are up. I could have sworn I did last time, but maybe not.
Thank you, Sally. And Violet, you're always right, because of course I was a little slack no matter the wee bit of wine I drank or how late I stayed up doing stuff. But happy hour has given me a little bit of a buzz to get myself going, a little step in the right direction. What'd you say? Pep in my step.
You're welcome, Sally. Oh, so Mr. O shuffles first?
I thought I did last time.
Okay. Well, I guess next. Whatever. Shuffle. No, that's right. All right. Buzz. Hey, another favorite on the Happy Hour show.
I think Libra's had this one before too. I'm not
Maybe.
sure.
Maybe. I know a lot of people have had the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands, the surfer girl. And, Libra, I don't think this has anything to do with your health necessarily. Maybe it does mean that at the right moment, Spirit is saying, something will change for the better for you. But I really think this is more about other things in your life. You are waiting for the right moment for something to either come to you or for you to take advantage of that moment. An opportune moment where you can move yourself forward in some area of your life, right?
Right. It is an opportunity. It represents growth. It could be about health too, or activity. It feels like really you're moving from a base of comfort or relative security. So it may be attached to some other accomplishment that has just recently happened. Something may actually be kind of like a stepping stone towards you seizing the opportunity. And of course it is really, this card is always about seeing the opportunity. I like how you described it, whether it's coming to you or whether you see it and you want to move towards it.
Right. It's one or the other. So hopefully, just like I said, there's an anticipation with this card too. I've always said that. It's like this person knows that right time is going to come, for whatever it is. And so you're just awaiting it. And it's okay. It's okay, Spirit says, to play that waiting game sometimes.
This is true as well, yes. Right, because you just have to magnify the best part of the opportunity.
That's right. That's what we have for you, Libra. Good luck with that.
All right, I am shuffling first now.
Good.
Good. I will keep myself on track.
Lena, you are up.
Hi, Lena.
Hey, Lena.
So I've actually had all the Saturdays off in November. I'm going to have next one off, obviously, but I had the previous ones. So that's nice for me. Or I might have worked the very first one, but I don't think I did. Yeah, I did work the first one, and I won't work again until the first one in December. You shuffle.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I got carried away in my thoughts.
Yes. Sonny is resting now in the cat tree.
Yes, but he's up enough high so that he can see Evil's shadow if she approaches.
Oh, man.
It's a grim mission, but he has devoted himself to it.
I didn't want to think he was just looking for her or trouble.
He's always looking for trouble. It's like Kara, you know, they're twin flames.
Hey, Lena. All right.
Okay, Lena.
Oh.
This is so interesting because
awesome.
of, you know, the kind of questions you do ask us on occasion. But the Hermit could be just a metaphor really for you spiritually, because this is coming from Spirit. And I think Spirit is saying it's okay, or that you should take a dive into yourself now and then, especially now perhaps, because there are some wisdoms or insights that you do know, but you just need to think about them now, reflect on them, see where they lead you to or where they have led you from, and how they will, you know, advantage you. And they're like stepping stones along the way. You can see the little lights on that path.
Let's talk about that. Is that in the picture good?
It is now.
Okay. So let's talk about that a little bit. You notice here the Hermit has actually set their lantern aside. Their lantern is there. Usually they're carrying it. But the stairs have these little balls of light on them that seem to have led the Hermit to where they are now.
Maybe they're glowing bird seats.
And maybe. And the Hermit, maybe the Hermit has left that trail for others to follow. That's another aspect of the Hermit. But the other thing here is, if you notice, they're on a mountain, and the mountain, as you get to that top where the Hermit is sitting, seems to be dissolved or faded a bit. And so I feel here the Hermit is in liminal space of some sort, in some in-between space. And, you know, this is just a call for you to go in within, like Mr. O said, to experience, you know, some quiet, peace, and bring tranquility, and let the messages just come through. You know, let thoughts just come through to you, no matter what they are. Some of them may seem just like part of your daily routine that's intrusive a little bit. Others may come out of the blue and you're wondering, why am I thinking of that now? Pay attention to what happens when you are in this space. There's a learning experience here for you as well. There's wisdom.
And like I said before, I just want to reiterate, it seems like maybe these are things that you know or should know, but you haven't really spent a lot of time reflecting on where they fit in your life, and like I said, where they lead you to or where they lead from.
Right.
So spend some time within yourself. And I see Yes has joined
Hi, Yes.
us.
We'll add you. All right.
Is that your coffee I smell? Because I just smell this coffee smell, and I'm like, goodness, maybe I should have had coffee this morning. I like
Maybe you
though.
should have.
Hi, Jano.
Hey, Jano. We'll add Jano. I know we're going to run into a little over OT.
Well, unless you have to go somewhere, Violet, we don't.
Yeah.
And I'm slow enough that it would take me that long to start to have an opinion.
And we did
about
yabber a bit in the beginning.
Closing the list or not. I have no opinion. It's up to her or you well, her
No, it's up to
than
me.
you. We all know this. My shuffle?
I believe so.
Yes, because I did the last one. Ah, the joy.
And you are welcome, Lena. And we are on Angel Rivera, right?
I wish I could be sleeping at 9:43 on a Saturday morning. That ain't never happening for me ever.
I could, maybe.
Nope. My body is too much circadian. I can't do that. Maybe if I was in an all dark room and I had those.
Well, that's the
things
key.
on.
You're supposed to have complete darkness to sleep. Especially if you're
I
having
only have
sleeping
you
problems.
for the complete darkness.
Well, Angel Rivera.
The Nine of Wands.
Prepare yourself, Spirit says.
Another dreary reading from Oberon and Banshee
No.
how bad
About work? No.
work
This is just saying prepare yourself. It doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but you'll be prepared either way, Spirit says. And, this is a time of preparation for something. Whether it's the onslaught of students for finals, which will be coming up, whether it's the, after Thanksgiving break, whether it's some other move or step in your life, in your journey. This is a time of preparation and making sure you have everything in place.
Spirit says you may have expectations of the work that's needed to do and the gravity of the consequences for what you're doing, but you really are inspired by the idea that there's just a virtue in that doing, not even knowing for sure what your likelihood of successes are, the outcomes. And so Spirit says that's the spirit, that's the plan, man. That you should just really, I know I was invoking my moody blues or something, keep it as simple as you can. And really just put your best foot forward.
You are holding the light here. So the thing is that you realize that all of this is for a positive purpose for you. Ultimately, there's light, and you are responsible for that. So you are, in a way, you are the guardian of this light. So I
my
like
goodness!
it.
Hi, Merwin.
Merwin! Yay!
Hi, Merwin. Nice to see you.
We'll definitely add you to the list. Hey, Merwin, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
But that's what we have for you,
Violet.
Angel. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I saw that, Violet. So yeah, of course.
Of course, it'll turn out
If
okay.
I worked that late, I would probably be asleep now too.
Hey,
I hate
Merwin,
midnight shifts.
do you have this deck? I keep thinking it was you that had this deck and were talking to me about it.
Somebody
once
did
upon
show
a
us this
time.
deck once before.
Yeah. And Mr. O just bought that one for me for my anniversary.
You do have it.
Yes.
We had, for years, we had a friend who was a midnight ER nurse, and she loved being on the midnight
Did you
shifts.
shuffle?
I don't know. Who are we shuffling for?
We are shuffling for Kara, I believe. Let me make sure. Yes, Kara.
I think it's actually your turn.
I thought I did it last time. Violet,
okay,
help us
we're not
out.
going to argue.
Mr. O shuffles, Banshee.
Can I shuffle this away metaphorically? Like, oh, well, that's easy for you to say.
Oh, my gosh.
But I think she should do it now because I think so.
I do love it. I'm talking about the deck. The deck.
I know.
Merwin.
I'm in my own head
Not
here.
you in your own little world.
I only had one glass of wine, honest.
Violet says she'll shuffle for you.
Okay, that'll work. Thank you.
All right.
God, it's so much fun.
Love happy hour. Happy, sometimes over an hour. We like it.
Who's counting? Now that first Sunday or Saturday that after work, I'll be counting that one. I can only go a little bit overtime on Saturdays that I work because I start at noon and it's just close enough to go a little bit overtime.
Okay, Mr. O.
Alrighty.
Well,
I'll repeat. Kara.
that Four of Pentacles, Kara. You know? This is the time to consider, you know, maybe how much you want to hold on to and what you want to let go of. You know, this is a time, I almost feel here, I get a lot of different things off of the Four of Pentacles than what the base meaning is. And I feel here this is a time to take a little bit of an inventory and decide what it is that's really important, what it is that's really of value to you in your life, and what it is that maybe, you know, you've been wasting energy on and it's time to let go of. Spirit wants you to consider that right now.
Well, you know, I remember we had this, I think it was for Sonali,
Yeah.
and I
Got a
think
different vibe for
it's a different feel for Kara, because I don't feel it's about, you know, investing in the future, like I said, or growing for the future, but I think it is about looking at what you already have and seeing what can configure or align with where you see yourself going. So it's really like, I think what Banshee says, it's an inventory, but it's also an inventory with a mind towards utilization. The idea that you do have this inventory of things. Some of them are physical things, like, you know, your cards or outfits you would wear to workplaces or whatever it is. And then other things maybe are more metaphorical or more abstract. They're the emotional qualities you have, or they're the spiritual qualities, or they're the intuitions or talents you have that are there. Spirit is saying, look at that and decide where to plug different things in. So it may lean more towards the spiritual side because that's spirit. But don't be afraid to say, oh, that book over there in the corner that I know I'm really never going to read, maybe I should give it away to somebody that could, or sell it, or donate it to the metaphysical library, you know, at the shop down the street, you know, something like that.
At any rate, I like what he said about using it. You know, you've got them, you know, if they're of value to you, make sure that you're using them. You know, don't let them just sit on the shelf like the many decks I have.
There is some lag.
But no, I've been trying to pull some old and new out now when I do things. So that's the kicker here. Don't let things sit if they're really of value, and especially if maybe you may not realize it, but maybe you need some of these things at this time to really utilize them, you know, and you don't realize, I have what I need. So look and do an inventory right now. That would be my advice. And
yes, Violet, there is a little bit of lag. It's not really big, so hopefully it'll stabilize a little bit.
we're on yes right now.
All right, yes.
We had a little bit of a glitch there?
Lag.
Okay.
Violet pointed out. I saw it earlier, but nobody had mentioned it, so I thought it was probably okay. It's a little bit more, but I still think it's not horrible like we used to get. So we are on yes, and therefore you're first?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm first for yes.
I'm not sure if I heard the White Witch Tarot. It sounds intriguing.
It
Do you
sounds
have that?
slightly familiar. It's just a major deck. I don't have that one.
See, Carolee is
I may
doing.
have seen it.
Kara's doing the inventory. Awesome.
Oh, good for you, Kara.
Now, if you have some fresher lasagna that you don't really need, we could let you send it over to us. Real quick, though, you know, so that it won't spoil or anything. But it is wintertime, so send it frozen.
I've been thinking of ways to bring out some old oracle decks for some of my weekly oracles. I am going to be switching up a couple decks in I'm going to keep the theme of Witchy Wisdom Wednesday, but I'm going to be swapping in a couple of decks I have. But they're relatively newer. But I am thinking about, for some of the other shows, bringing out some of the older ones.
So anyways, we did get an invite to our counter in-laws, my daughter-in-law's family, grandmother and aunts and different people hold a celebration. We're probably not going to be able to go to that, but we so appreciate that. We love their family too, all of them. We have some plans for our own little celebration.
Yeah, I could only see a stop-in at best, but we have to see. Oh. But it was nice they offered. It is nice they offered.
So, yes, you have the Ten of Wands. And Spirit says that although you feel maybe there's been a lot of burdens and there's been a lot of time carrying those burdens, the end is coming. The burdens will cease, or you will find that you'll have even more help, and that maybe more recently there has been help. Maybe more recently you have seen that downturn to where you're coming down from the path, and the path maybe has inspired you to what you can do with the burdens. It's like maybe what we said with Kara, it's not so much about inventorying them so much as maybe finding a way to utilize them. Maybe some of these things are things that, although they're a burden to you, maybe they might be bounty to someone else. So Spirit says keep your eye open to those kind of ideas, that what you can share from yourself that maybe is better for somebody else to have than you.
I'm getting a slightly different message on this one than Mr. O. I've really been focused on the fact that in this particular card, she's still carrying a very heavy load, this person here, but she's come down from the mountain. She's down the mountain instead of trying to go uphill with all of this baggage. It's almost as if she's done a lot already. Here's the point. Yes, I think Spirit is trying to say, you know what? It's time to come down from those mountains. It's time to come down and lighten that journey a little bit. It does get a little bit harder and faster as you near the close of something, concluding something in your life, completing something in your life. But now is not the time to add more burdens to what you already have. So don't create more mountains and challenges for yourself right now, Spirit is saying. Take this journey for what it is right now and complete what you've started, and all will go well. All will fall into place. But sometimes we allow ourselves to get hung up with a lot of things we don't need. Maybe that's where your thing fits in. And right now is a time to just focus on where you are now and get through it before you take on any more challenges or struggles in your life.
All right.
That's what we have for you.
And by the way, did you add Vidhi to the
I
list?
did.
Okay.
I did. Thank you.
All right. And Jano is up.
Jano is up. We're getting there. I added, but I had a few things out of order, so I'm keeping an eye on it.
Oh yeah, I see the lag is happening again, so...
Yeah, it just started happening, everybody, so hang in there.
Well, it's been happening. Violet pointed out, I noticed it earlier too. It just seems to be momentary, so I don't know if it's when...
No, it's doing it a little bit more here than the last time.
Yeah, but the level's still staying low appreciably, is what I can see comparatively.
That's good. Well, we're nearing the end of our show. Sorry for any disruptions. I swear, they claim they fixed this thing, but I really wonder sometimes. It could be some other internet traffic issues, though, so...
Right. Are there big games on today?
There are.
Will they... Anything, too, like that YouTube attracts lots of users too, because we.
But it
remember
is a
this
little,
happened
yeah, it is a
once.
little early in the day for
Yeah, but I'm
those.
just thinking of other things that YouTube might have a big audience on, whatever it is, because we know that's happened to us before. Our producer back then mentioned it, that there was like supposedly millions of hits on some other channel, and that it might have been causing a lot of lag elsewhere.
Did I shuffle first?
No, I did, because I
Okay,
was supposed
that's
to.
right. That is right.
So why did you put the cut back?
Because I wanted to.
Okay, so that's okay.
I'm taking over.
Oh, really? I thought you already had done that a long time ago.
Look at the wonderful card I pulled.
Jano. 6 of Pentacles.
Jano, it is the Six of Pentacles, which is a wonderful card. I love this card. I love the flow of energy between the two hands. You know, this idea of give and take. And Spirit is saying this is a time for that in your life, you know. There's going to be a balance of energies flowing towards you, you know. Positive and in all ways, you know, but you have to be willing to receive as well as give, you know.
I think the emphasis is it exemplifies being generous. And of
Right.
course, the idea mostly is material generous, and even within materialism, you can find generosity that isn't necessarily pertaining to just things that we consume, consumable items, consumerist items. I mean, it could still be about things that nourish ourselves, that we share. It could be about other things too that are symbolic, even if they are represented in a physical gift. You know, when people give certain kinds of statues or things like that, there's an image behind that to some degree that represents the thought. And so it's the spirit of generosity. It's really great coming, you know, right at the beginning of the holiday season.
You know, it's like if you think about give and take, you know, in all of its forms, you know, give and take in relationships, okay? Somebody's got to give a little, somebody's going to take a little, and back and forth. Teachers and students, you know, customers and customer service. I can look at this in so many ways, you know. This is just being, you know, being clear that Spirit sees right now a fairness and an even-handedness about all of this. Everything is in flow. Everything seems to be in harmony in that regard.
Because it's the material world with Pentacles to some degree, I also feel the other thought I wanted to add, Jano, was that we can look at the idea of physical security in different ways, and as a continuum. It's not so much like, okay, I'll let you borrow my gun or whatever if you need to feel safe. You know, it's more likely about the idea, I think, of how we can reassure each other that each of us has value in our lives to each other and relationships, and so that makes us feel secure that way.
So this is Jano's reading, right?
Right.
Did I say Vidi? If I did,
Vidi's
I'm sorry.
next, yeah.
Vidi is next.
All
So I really like this card, Jano. It's totally about, you know, the harmony and the balance of giving and taking. And this is also to say, Spirit Room wants to remind you, you know, that your time, your energy, your material needs are important too. And to make sure that everything is fair, you know, in your life and balanced. It's okay to rise up and make that point once in a while. That's what we have for you.
All right,
Good luck with
Jano.
that.
And Vidi.
And Vidi.
And Banshee shuffles first.
Banshee shuffles first. Okay.
Well, Bly, have you enjoyed your time on the show today?
Sonny apparently got bored. He went off to sleep.
I love
Sorry,
stroking
Kara.
Bly's ears. I don't know why, but I really like that.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, okay, cool.
Awesome.
Best wishes to you.
All right, Mr. O.
I think we should just think of Bly as a person that exists simultaneously in different places. It's not like a metaphysical kind of like, oh, a different reality, because no, he just exists in our reality in multiple places. He's like a multiple collective consciousness. Right, Bly? Right, Bly?
Mr. O needs some more sleep or coffee or something.
No, I'm just dreaming right now.
You know, it's really funny. I was telling, Merwin this in a DM. Last night when I laid down, I couldn't get the music out of my head from that immersive show.
Oh, really?
And I was actually seeing some of the images flash in front of me,
Well,
too.
remember, there's that one former friend of ours or associate who saw our Egyptian lives together.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, maybe.
So.
Okay. Well, it's the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is
So
here.
it's a past life, is what I'm saying.
For Viddy. No, I got you.
Oh, I like that page.
I always like this page. I mean, it's full of learning to me. I mean, you know, we often think about the Page of Swords as somebody who is diplomatic, graceful. I've heard that term from Mr. O. Somebody who's agile. Let's talk about how they can think on their feet. You know, because here we have the light bulbs going off. They got the book in hand. They've got maybe some messages coming from a higher self. And they're thinking on their feet.
You know, if I look a little closer, I'd swear this person is also chewing gum at the same time.
But they're also aren't they on a tightrope or a
right.
a
I was going to say that too. So
Yeah.
bingo on that. The tightrope reminds me of the old Leon Russell song, you know, Up on a Tightrope. And I think it's just really saying that Spirit says you have great mental agility and competence and completeness. You are a natural multitasker, whether you do it or not, you certainly could, because it's just literally intuitive. And that's that bird flying over your head there. It's almost like it's just sort of hovering there because it is a sense of a guide to you. Knowledge is an open book to you. You may understand things almost intuitively or know things intuitively without necessarily having to learn them, as you know people normally would think of that term.
So this may be a time of breakthroughs or brainstorming, you know, that happens for you right now. Spirit is saying, keep your mind open like an open book. and really absorb information, you know, from all around you, from all sources.
You know, another thing, Vidya, is I just realized that, of course, there's another bird hovering behind the figure. And so it sort of says like it's both fore and hindsight. And so it could be saying that because you are a great multitasker, Spirit wants you to be, then the idea is that when you incorporate your hindsight knowledge, it definitely informs the multitasking, the tasks you do, so that you're able to really use things in the past to your best advantage.
That's what we have for you.
All right, Viddy, and so that means we're on Merwin.
Merwin!
Hey, Merwin. Thanks for dropping in today.
I don't know what's wrong with my phone, seriously. I tried to send all my pictures that I took from the event yesterday on Twitter, and every time I'd select 4 and they looked like they were there and I sent them, only 1 would show, sometimes 2 would show. I'd try to go back in and get the rest and I would have problems again. I don't know what's going on, but I sent a number of them out. I don't even think I sent some of my best ones out because they didn't go. So I may look at that again and send some more later on Twitter, but it was a really nice event.
Yeah, the pictures look nice that I saw. It was great. It was really fun.
Yeah.
It is, I suppose. I don't spend much time there like this one does, but
I don't know if it was Twitter's fault or my phone's fault, to be honest with you. Because I have another problem with my phone lately. Whenever I'm having a group conversation, like we have a couple that sometimes I'm texting to both of them, and the text doesn't go through. It's so weird. It's like it looks like it went through, it turns green like it went, and then I'll go back later and it acted like it didn't go through. And it seems to only happen, or mostly happen, when I'm doing one of the mass texts or, chats on my phone. And I'm just like, I don't understand this. So what you got? Oh my God, how are we doing this?
Merwin gets the Six of Pentacles also. And you saw I was really riffling those. I really wanted to shuffle them up good for you. But that just means Spirit has a very similar message for you. Spirit feels too that you are in the moment in a way, and you are at that crux or that inflection point, that intersectionality between giving and receiving. Like it sort of says, from a spiritual perspective, you're really sitting over all of that. You understand what you can do with what you have received, whether it's beneficial for you or if it's beneficial to share it for someone else, but also what you are able to just further share with other people. They can do likewise. They can use it for themselves, or they can share it with others. So this represents Spirit saying you really are a nexus in a way. You can really direct a lot of energies that enable and help others, or enable and help yourself, and then can be further recycled.
Be in the flow right now. Definitely be in the flow. Give and take again is also, I know we speak a lot because it is a material card. It's a very material card. And I could keep it that way, or I could also look at it in our connection with our inner self and our inner wisdom. It's like, how secure is that connection? Are you expecting, say, for example, Spirit is saying, we're willing to give you more, but we also are hoping to receive more from you. So what is it in a way that you can give back to Spirit, who is also wanting to give something to you right now? I don't know why I'm taking this on a spiritual level with you, Merwin, but I almost feel that more than on a material level in this case. It's like a
feedback loop of some sort.
And I think it's positive. I think Spirit is saying, here, take this and be willing to take it. But then also Spirit, is hoping, obviously for something in return, whether it is acts that you do for others, which is part of this card, or whether it is something you do for yourself. In other words, if they're giving you something, they want you to not just go with it, but to grow with it.
Very cool.
That's what I'm intuiting on this one, Merwin. Spirit was talkative last night. And I almost sense that here, that they are giving you something. There is some message there, and so now they want to know what it is you're going to do with it. And you're probably thinking to yourself, but I'm still trying to figure out what the message is. So I think maintain the focus there. Maybe they want your focus right now on it. And I think all will become clear so long as you stay in this flow. And that's what I have for you, Merwin. Good luck with that.
And so now it's time for Mama T. Hey,
it's time for Mama T.
Come on. Come on.
Hey, you're welcome.
You're welcome, Merwin.
There's some exchange going on there for sure.
That's a boy. That's a boy.
Ah. Well, my night was rather restless. I don't know. Although in the beginning, actually, when I was a little bit more focused on the exhibit we were at, I was kind of peaceful, but I still couldn't fall asleep. And then, of course, once that sets in, your mind starts to jumble on all kinds of stuff, and you're awake. You're Mr. O. Sonny is back? How'd that happen? Little Sun Man. Wow, you don't even want to come between us? That's a shock. You know, if we were sitting close together, I bet he would. He's so silly.
Well, he didn't jump up here until I moved over a little bit, and then he crossed over this side, so it was kind of weird. Did you hear that bone crack?
I did.
Lovely.
Oh,
Mama T.
it's not a repeat card, Mama T. It's the Ace of Cups. How beautiful. How wonderful. It's possible, Violet. It's possible. Wow, you know, this is a time, Mama T, to experience joy, happiness. I know it's a struggle sometimes, you know, when things are not going the way that you want them to, but I think Spirit is sending you this gift. So to me, this could indicate that something is going to be happening soon in your life that's going to make you feel great joy and happiness.
Right, I really feel that way. You know, we don't make the cards appear the way we want them to. And, you know, when we read your cards, you know, we try to be factual and tell you what we see here. This card says something good Spirit is planning for you. Spirit says something good is going to happen that will fill you with a lot of pleasure, a lot of good emotional feelings, happy feelings, loving feelings. Somehow I feel that it may be connected to family in how you perceive that. So it may just be, you know, your people you consider your closest friends, no matter who they are, family or biological or not. But I do feel it's just really clear. Spirit says, don't be dismayed. You know, something good is beginning, something that you will love, something that will bring you happiness.
What happened? You moved closer to me and he wants in.
Is that what it is?
I think so. Let's see. Are you coming? I knew this. He likes to be between us. He's like, separate.
We gotta keep them separated.
So great joy and happiness is going to be yours, Mama T. I hope it's true, and I hope it's coming soon. I like the Ace because it's the beginning, and it may be the beginning of a cycle. I don't think this is just like a one-time, oh, this is great. This is something that will bring some joy that could build and last.
Absolutely.
And that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. And we are on Violet Lotus. Violet Ann. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
All right.
You're up.
I think it's your shuffle. I hope.
You're up, Violet Ann.
Yep, I'm right. We'll do Violet Ann and then Violet Lotus.
So I hope you've been good.
And then, well, we'll do Violet Ann, Mo Ha Ha, and then Violet Lotus.
All right. Bring it. Bring it, all of you. Here you go.
Yes, you can, Mo. All right. Well, I have you on my list, Mo. Hopefully you're still here.
You know, I'm positive that when I started off the camera was more straight. Now I see it sort of looks like it's drifting down on my side this way. Crookedness. Maybe I'm wrong though, I don't know. All right, Violet Ann. Happy hour. Violet Ann, you have the Eight of Swords. So I think Spirit is saying is look into how you perceive things. A lot of things you perceive are not necessarily reality, although you have good reason to feel like maybe they are, maybe they're a projection of sorts. But knowing that, Spirit says you should understand that what you project as that glamour or facade could also be stripped away by yourself to just be what it really is. So any perceptions that things are limiting to you or are not able to be seen clearly by you are just that, and that you can step outside of that perception. You may have to work at it a little bit if forces have been kind of dumping on you or been trying to distract you in other ways. But Spirit says you can separate yourself from your perception and take a clearer look at that and realize that maybe some of that is valid, but not all of it is. That you can move beyond what you do feel is limiting you, basically.
Yeah. So, Violet Ann, the good news from Spirit is what you see projected in the mirror when you look at yourself is not necessarily the reality. Sometimes, you know, we look at ourselves in a harsher light, but Spirit sees you for who you truly are, you know? And Spirit is saying that there's, you know, the time is now that you are starting to see that light as well. And that you realize you have more power over situations than maybe you gave yourself credit for. That you have the ability to make the moves and changes that are necessary for fulfillment in your life, and that, you know, you can break free from self limitations, because ultimately most of the things that limit us are things that are self-imposed. And so Spirit is saying, look at what see all these birds here. I like all these birds in this card, but Spirit is saying, look at what a free bird you truly are.
And I think another thing too is that maybe caught up in this idea of the continuum of, you know, some sort of desolation you feel here, is that maybe there's a sense that your perception is that you're trapped. But like I said, you're not trapped. It may be momentary that you have limitations, but knowing what this is, and the swords themselves are about the mental clarity to see through that, you can do better. You can achieve better.
Lily, we will add you.
And Mo, we can see if the card we pull pertains
Right.
at all to career or vocational aspects, but we can't, you know, really address that perfectly. It's just the one card.
Hey, Violet, with reservations now, you can close the list after Lily. With reservations.
We're calling to Spirit. No,
I know
we
I'm
should really
shuffling
close
first.
it. I mean, we should really close it. So, Lily, you are the last.
Yeah, and we're just doing the single card message from Spirit today, everybody.
Violet, it's you and me against this one.
So that's what we had for you, Violet Ann. Good luck with that. We are on
luck, Violet
Mo.
Hey, Mo.
Good to see you, Violet Ann.
You're welcome, Violet Ann. Good to see you.
Oops. All right, I'm stuck. My cards are stuck. Here, go ahead. Shuffle good. Shuffle well, Mr. O. All right, Mo, let's see what's out there. Sunny is laying here between us. Aw. Hey there. Looking very sleepy. Well, you want a career, eh? It's the Knight of Pentacles.
This does pertain to career in a way.
How does this happen, Mo? So it looks like we have a career card for you in a sense. It's a financial card. And it looks like, I will say this, plant the seeds, Spirit is saying. Plant the seeds for your success. This is the time to do that. And eventually one of these is going to bear fruit. One of these, you're moving towards something, but, you know, I will say this, Mo, the Knight of Pentacles is kind of a slow mover. But they realize sometimes everything has to be in its proper way, in its proper place for things to happen. And so Spirit is saying, you know, the seeds that you are planting or will plant will bear fruit. So in other words, if you are going for a job interview or you are going for, or you're just looking for jobs, definitely throw those resumes out there. Throw those cover letters out there. And eventually something will take root. If it's something at your present line of work or where you're at right now, then it's saying that, you know, in time, as you develop, there's positive things that are going to happen for you.
Well, you know, the Knight of Pentacles is really somebody who moves from a position of strength and security. There are financial or career aspects to him, and I wanted to go back to what Banshee said about the seeds. And you know, when we're talking about seeds being planted, well, seeds are codes, genetic DNA codes of what has happened before. And so this is saying use the successes or the experiences or the skills or knowledge that you have from before now. Take those with you, plant those. So in other words, this is not necessarily a time for you to strive to change your career significantly in a very different direction. The seeds may be corollary and may move in the general area, but let's just say that your experiences lead you to be more of a custodian, sanitation engineer. You wouldn't necessarily think that you could become a sports coach based on that knowledge, that kind of thing. And so I use some really bizarre examples, but it's that idea that you mostly have to grow from where you've been. And you know, there was an old saying in the 70s or 80s, you know, grow where you're planted. And of course, I remember somebody once saying to me, we are each cultivated earth. We each can grow, but we grow towards the dictates of what we actually are, you know, the expression that we can manifest. So manifest what you're good at and be in for the long haul.
Right.
Spirit is saying you
no
are moving
shortcuts.
Steadily with strength and security, as I said.
Yeah. That's what we have for you, Mo. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Mo.
It is positive. It's positive either for career or financial matters right now.
Indeed. And
All
so
right.
I'm first?
We are on Lily, I believe. Yes.
Hey, Lily. So sadly, Mama T will have to go a little bit further back to find her reading. I hope that she
I
doesn't
know.
matter.
May have to tell her in a DM.
You're not the second one back. You're the fourth one back so far.
Oh, hey. It's the Seven of Swords.
Seven of Swords.
That one hasn't shown up in a little while. We've had a few challenging cards, but this one is... I'm up and down with this card, really. It does have some positive elements to it. And one of them is that, you know, on one level here, it looks like this guy is taking off with things that maybe he shouldn't, you know. But on the other hand here, we don't know what this person's motivations truly are. And so I think in this case, Lily, Spirit is saying sometimes either for the good of others or the good of yourself, you may have to be a little bit sneaky. You may have to be a little bit quiet. You maybe have to observe things from the shadows so you get a better perspective of what's going on here. Because Spirit, even at happy hour wants to remind us all that not everybody out there has our best interests at heart. So sometimes you have to look out for you or others if this is involving others around you.
I think sometimes this card represents a level of precision, no matter how it's being used. And so Spirit is saying that there's something here that needs to have a certain level of precision to it. And there was a note saying, let's set a watch on it, or let's set a watch out. Mm-hmm. And so I sort of see this sense of looking out. And maybe this bird here is ready to give a warning. And I'm not saying this in a dire sort of way, but I'm just saying Spirit is saying be prepared, but also have a sense of knowledge or foresight in that preparation. It's about being clever. It's sort of about thinking out of the box, Lily.
It is.
So it's really saying, like, your instincts are going to guide you best in this matter. And like Banshee said, it isn't necessarily about saying you are definitely working the dark side or not. It's really about saying what may need to be done from a perspective that is personal, but is ultimately logical and right on its own merits.
I also think here this is saying that maybe, this is about shedding the light on something. Something, that maybe is hidden that people need to know. And so this is saying, too, if there's, like I said, any situations in your life that you are dealing with a problem right now, Mr. O is right. Think outside the box. Be a problem solver, not part of the problem, Spirit's saying. And shed light on matters that people may not be able to see for themselves. I know we threw a lot at you there, but that I think is it in a nutshell.
All right.
It's a complicated card, no matter how it comes up. There's a positive and negative to this card, which with the 5 of Swords instead of the 7 of Swords, there's not a lot of positive there. This one is double-edged, so it has a little of both. All right, Violet Lotus. Finally, your turn. I shuffle first. And then we'll close with it. Oh, we have to do readings for ourselves, don't we?
We should do that. We should, especially since we just had
our anniversary.
I believe that the stream has settled. It seems more stable now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it's internet traffic this time. But we'll see. I don't know why. I'm going to have to look at this deck and see how it's wearing, because I'm having more problems shuffling it. It could be me and my hands, though. My arthritic hands. Yay!
Violet! The Sun King!
Woohoo! It's a bright sunny day in your world. You may have had, like you said, a kind of a not so great night, but you know what? The sun is out, at least on this card. It's shining bright and it is sending you positive energy today. What? Oh, hi, Buddy. Oh my gosh, we will fit Buddy in. We will do it. Sure. And then we'll do something.
Don't look at me.
You know what? We'll do something very quick for our pull for ourselves.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Buddy.
Hey, Buddy, we're going to fit you in, but we're way into overtime, so we'll get a single card for you.
Violet, I think Spirit is saying there's a really big epiphany coming to you, or that you should be understanding that there is an epiphany and something you've realized recently.
There's enlightenment. There's something happening here. There's and I always, whenever I see this particular card, I feel like definitely capture some of that sun energy in any way you can. Open a window, window shades, not a window if it's cold like it is here. But the sun is shining finally today, and you know what? I'm going to soak some of that in. And I suggest the same, and I think Spirit suggests the same too, is feel that energy and that vitality that only the sun can bring us.
And I also feel too that the sun is a good sign that if you are doing any personal works, whether they're highly mystical or magical or just more meditative or grounding, this is promising really big success and a lot of energy that you are able to put into these projects or these situations.
Success, enlightenment, vitality. What's not to like about the sun? The sun's just an awesome, happy card. All right. Wow.
Thank you, Violet.
Nice job. Let's hope we can do something nice for Buddy who's popped in. Is it your shuffle first, I think?
You know, Violet,
no,
we put you through a lot, but we really appreciate you so much. So thank you so much for everything you do for us.
You shuffle first.
All right, buddy. Now remember, this is the one card positive message. So we call the shots.
Got it. Thank you. Maybe it's just this table because it's not. It's kind of a soft surface.
Yes, you're right. Even the thank you screen is sunshine, and of course I use that background that's from
our website.
Our website, TFT tarotfortoday.com, where I will remind everybody that most of our current videos are there, as well as some blog posts that you don't see anywhere else, and of course our wonderful shop that you can order other readings at. All right, so here's your card, buddy.
Yay!
And it's the Magician.
Wow, another positive card here. Hey, well, they're all positive.
Yes.
So, hey, the Magician, buddy, you know what? This is a time where you can make magic happen, literally. I mean, it's clearly the Magician. That's an easy thing to say. But what this is saying is you really have it together right now. If you're not feeling it, Spirit is saying this is a time for you to feel confident with your abilities and your sense of timing and your ability to make things happen. So, do it. Do it. Manifest something in your life that you really want, and Spirit also wants to say if you really need to build that confidence, why not manifest something that is more doable instead of something really pie in the sky? Hey, for example, I want to manifest $1 million. I want to manifest a lottery win. But, it's not the most doable thing necessarily right now. So Spirit is saying start small and build those steps up and make magic happen.
Well, I think Spirit has given us this card for a very good reason, Buddy Blue, because I know a lot of times your questions pertain to whether a friendship can be salvaged with your Libra friend. And I realize it's just a friendship and that, there was something that changed course and that the readings haven't indicated necessarily you being able to do what you want, but this could be saying Spirit says that anything is up to your willpower. The Magician is the exemplary of directed, focused willpower, the ability to believe, to will, and to want it to happen so bad, that utter faith, and not to necessarily say exactly how you're going to do it, but be quiet unto yourself, focus your will, and maybe you can make that impression to your friend that you understand and that you're willing to change. Maybe you can't. You're still going to empower yourself because you're not being helpless in the face of what your desire is. By focusing your will and trying to do that, you still build up your willpower and strength.
I love it. That's what we have for you, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. All right, Mr. O, guess what?
The list is really closed. Only if we hurry and close it.
We're doing our readings now.
Oh, so we're each going to pull a card out of the swirly mist?
We are.
Do I get to put my fingers on the swirly mist?
You certainly do.
Oh, I thought your fingers would still be there.
Okay.
Maybe I just want to feel your hands.
Hey, this is a clean show.
Like heck.
Ready?
Ready.
I got one.
I got one too. You first.
Mr. O, you need to get to work. As if you're not doing enough. Spirit says, more.
Mrs. O, you have the Page of Pentacles. And this one says, you need to think about it a little bit more. You need to be abstract and learn something from this moment. You can't always tell me to go to work.
I live too much up here. Maybe we got these cards mixed up. Maybe it's me that needs to do more work. But
I would agree with that.
But whatever the case may be, I think, Mr. O, this is saying Spirit is acknowledging what a productive person you are and how much you've been able to accomplish. All the different things you do for TFT, etc.
Well, I think that this card means that you have particularly strong and vital mystic insight, that you are the powerhouse of TFT. I may be the person who can do the aesthetics value, but you are the real mystical core here. You inspire me so much in how I can interpret cards, and I still need to work more on that. But really, you are the perfect case of the student who surpassed the teacher. You really are.
Oh my gosh. Here, why don't you pull...
I'm
putting you to work. Pull my cards together, and I'm going to get the Namaste Blessing ready.
All right.
So we can close this show. All right. My shuffling today is off. All right, Mr. O. Let me just cut them quick because I like to do that. Wow, we just had this one recently.
I know, I thought so when I saw the back there.
So, there's the picture of the back. And it is called A Blessed Time. The path is clear and all obstacles have vanished. Your time of waiting is over, so proceed with confidence. The challenges you have faced were essential, for there is a perfect time for everything. Now is your perfect time to be blessed by the universe. Oh, so namaste.
Namaste too.
Yeah, so it's amazing it's come up again. I feel like this is giving us a green light for things we want to accomplish and do. So good luck, everybody.
Uh-oh, I need to keep my hand away from the red button.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us for a happy hour today. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at our live show. And remember, next week, no happy hour because we will be going to an event.
No live stream on Thursday night.
Possibly no live stream on Thursday night too. Because it is Thanksgiving and we might be giving ourselves a gratitude break.
Yeah, we have probably rarely taken off a Thursday
No,
night.
we've been here on Thanksgiving, so we will see.
Already.
All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your
Bye,
day
Angel.
and a
Bye,
happy
Jennifer.
week ahead. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.